Back at it. Back at it. My junk set. I dropped three of them tonight. Quick, quick. Ain't nothing serious. Just some quick ones. Check my. Hey, junk. Get this. Wait a minute. Let me get this situated first. I delete something. So what I have to do because Facebook keeps changing my privacy. I'm going to change for everyone to see this. Tune in, tune in, tune in. Come on in. Tune in, tune in. Let's get another one in. One more time for the 3,000. For the 99 3,000. There we go, finally. Because earlier my comments was not showing. Now they showing. So let's get it. You can actually hear me a lot better now. Turn my mic the correct way. I did not have my mic turned the correct way. Come on in. Welcome to Talking That Ish. DATISH ish. Well, we talk that ish. If y'all want to find us, y'all can go to YouTube because we will be giving uncut interviews and things of that nature on YouTube. We are actually trying to set up. I do need to get in contact with some people for some interviews. I might even try to get one in tonight. But you can go to YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You will get like great. We getting great interviews. We are building a channel we just created. It hasn't been there long, or you can follow us on Facebook. Of course, if you see this, then you know it's there. Um, so I just want to get that out there. YouTube, talking that ish. I will on each one of my videos. I will put up a keep getting notifications. I will put up a link to where you can click in and take you straight to YouTube. All you gotta do is push subscribe. That's all you gotta do. I do want people to come in here though, because I want to talk about this situation. I want to talk about the obvious with these two ladies and what's going on in America and on this on the WNBA basketball court because it is mind blowing on how far this has taken its toll. Well, it's not. It's not mind blowing. Like I said, I've been speaking a lot lately about racism, things of that nature, because it's popping up so much, and it's a sensitive situation for me. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to get to me. Only not affecting me like every day, but just the fact that you get tired of it. You really want it to end to some point. Uh, the fact of the matter is, let's be honest about it. These ladies, both these women, these young ladies, are the depiction of America. They are the perfect picture of America. Caitlin Clark is white America. Angel Reese is black America. That's simple as plain. These two, it has even reached outside of America, and it's not because of them or what they want to do themselves. But I am we know that they are well aware of what's going on. First of all, I want to, if you come in, who are you? Who are you for Rookie of the Year? Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese? Let's get that poll up there. I want to know what's going on. But this is what I'm saying with this situation. A lot of people they don't want to speak on it. They want to tell the truth. White America wants to hide behind it. Black America wants to hide behind it. And I don't think that Black America really hides behind it as much. I think that it's more like a defense of the actual race. But let's just be honest. The reason why Caitlin Clark is beloved so much and she is as big as she is because of this situation right there. It's actually the one where she does this right here. You can't see me. When Angel Reese does that, because Caitlin Clark has done it. Yes, she had a name and people was watching, but she was not as she was not considered a star until that very moment that Angel Reese done this. She created a star for both of them. LSU was a powerhouse already. Angel Reese would have, she eventually would have become her charisma. If you think about Caitlin Clark, who she is, And this is no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Cyan, right? This is no disrespect to Caitlin Clark. Let me know what you would think about the Caitlin Clark situation, by the way. I want to know your insight. This is no disrespect to Caitlin Clark. But if you think about it, who would she have been if it wasn't for Angel Reese? She wasn't real vocal. She did, she did everything that you consider dirty in basketball, she also did, but she wasn't considered on a stage until Angel Reese put so much light on her. You know what I'm saying? When Angel Reese did that, she became the villain instantly because it instantly became not LSU and Iowa, but black and white. You know what I'm saying? White America wanted to see her beat that black girl so bad that it became racial. They hide behind it and just say, "Oh, she's so much better," blah blah this and that. But is she? You know what I'm saying? Because for whatever you can point out with Angel Reese, you can point out something on Caitlin Clark. Versus if they did not keep it to where you can say, "Hey, both these two ladies are great for the WNBA," or bringing it in, or any other ladies coming in from new class. They wanted to make Caitlin Clark the face. If you do not believe me, look at Asia Wilson. What she's accomplishing, all the records she's breaking, how dominant she has been, and they do not push anything behind her because and she has everything. Caitlin Clark, think about it. If you did not know about this, you know what I'm saying? If this didn't take place, she would not be in superstardom's class right now because it became when every superhero needs a villain, every villain needs a superhero. When Angel Reese became her villain, she became a superhero to white America. Point blank, period. This is who they want her to win. They want her to beat it. They want her to beat everything. Same thing with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? If some and it's just listen, there's nothing wrong with it. But if something is dominated by one race for so long, of course other races are gonna want the great white hope, so to speak. Rap game was dominated by black for so long. So when Eminem came, they don't care what Eminem made. Whichever white person they would attach themselves to, that's who would have been great. And the reason why other white artists don't transcend like Eminem is because they are satisfied with one. You know what I'm saying? White people are satisfied with one to say, hey, we got one in there. You know, this is the thing with Caitlin Clark. She is a great player. Angel Reese is a great player. But they can't say that both of these people are great players because of the hatred of the skin color. Black people more often there's more black people that say, "Hey, both players are great players." Caitlin Clark, or more black people to say, "Hey, we like Caitlin Clark," versus white people because they're not separating actual ability, likeness of these young ladies versus the actual color. A lot of white America cannot get past the color. I'm just telling you I'm just telling you the truth. This talking that ish, well, we talk that ish. So we telling the truth. She's Caitlin Clark's signet. She didn't want it. She does not want it. She does not want to represent. I don't know, but she didn't ask to represent white America. Angel Reese didn't ask to represent black America or black wherever, all over the world. But that's the situation that it has boiled down to. You can't tell me that you can't go stroll through anything with these two ladies, competing against each other, pit against each other, and watch the difference. Watch how down they talk on Angel Reese and act like Caitlin Clark does nothing at all. They can commit the same exact foul and they would try to paint Angel Reese as a villain, the one who started all, the a dirty player, shouldn't be in the W. Like they would try to make her sound like they say black people sound on the street when they want to vilify them or lock them up. And versus, Caitlin Clark. I used to think Caitlin Clark was so innocent, but she knows exactly what she's doing. She uses it as a way to get away with things. Like she commits the same fouls, the hard fouls, going to the head, looks at her opponent, taunts them, and then when it happens to them, she flaps around and act like she's so innocent. Yes, did it? She is the Karen of the WNBA. I hate to say it. I'm just to be honest with you. That's what's going on. That's why it is so much resentment because it's a lot of women that's been there that's doing that, and they never pushed. The WNBA, the NBA itself is pushing for Caitlin Clark. The fact that Angel Reese is able to do business of her own and bring her own business into fluidity is great. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not expecting her to do that. They're not expecting her to keep that up. And she is doing that. And we salute that. Now, do she do some things you don't like? Absolutely. But to discredit this woman, say, "Oh, well, half the misses of her offensive rebounds are hers." I want you all to go out there and go on a team of five, and you have four players dedicated to stopping you from rebounding. And I want you to get half of your. I want you to get some offensive rebounds. I want you to see how hard it is to get those rebounds. Most of you can't do it. Most of you never understood it. That's the reason why you say it. And then, for the people, like I say, nobody pushes that narrative harder than the white audience that Angel Reese isn't a good player. She's not the greatest. Neither is Caitlin Clark. You can run right past Caitlin Clark. She just shoots. And they try to, they trying to compare her and say, hey, she's Steph Curry, she's this and that, she's this and that. You, pump your brakes. You know what I'm saying? Give her time. Give Angel Reese time. Both of these ladies can still develop, but best believe they represent the divide, the division in the country. Definitely. All these other countries, do we ever get tired of all these other countries laughing at us for the separation, the racism? It is definitely on the court. Just it's appalling. It's crazy how you can hear it. I wish I can just pin up some of the comments that you actually see about Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? I don't see. Only thing we see a lot of with Caitlin Clark is that she's privileged, and that's I mean, whether she likes it or not, it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. Everything about her. Um, and I do think the WNBA women feel that way, which is why they let her know it. And she does a lot of things that she does that see they zoom the camera in on certain situations when they want things that they see it happen. They see that Caitlin Clark does something, bump somebody in the back. She does it a lot. She aggravates, bumps them in the back, hits them in the back of the head. They don't keep replaying that. Keep replaying the reaction because they want to make everybody else a villain and make her the superhero of the WNBA. That's what's going on. And that's why these women are reacting the way they are reacting. People don't want to tell the truth. That's just the truth. You remember when Caitlin Clark intentionally in college jumped in front of someone to make it look like she got bumped out of the way? It's the truth. She intentionally done that. She is not innocent. People don't want to tell the truth about racism. It's everywhere. Everywhere. I had my mind set on doing something else with the podcast this weekend, but because these are something that took place that was on my mind, I just felt like I had to talk on certain situations. This is not a situation, but it is a situation that's in everyday life that we don't get to speak enough of or get to hear enough of because people don't want to tell the truth about it. Nobody's gonna say the reason why, and I'd rather for people to tell me the truth. The reason why I'm from, if they should say it, just like the reason why we like Caitlin Clark is she's for the white people. We want her to win. We want her to beat the black people. And then if that's the case, then black people could say, "Hey, I want Angel Reese. I want her to beat the white people since they want to beat us so bad." Because that's what's been going on in this country forever. Black people just want to be equal, want to be seen on the same page. White people want to dominate black people because they feel like they're not on the same page. This is not everybody. This is for the people that do. And it's continuously been a fight for it. And I forgot who said it, but somebody said that Martin Luther King, and I actually think it was Charleston White. Uh, and let me tell you, Charleston White he's an evil person to me. He can have some evil behind him, but he does have some truth, a lot of truth that people don't want to hear. But he said Martin Luther King was the reason that we are in the situation we in. He failed us because he wanted us to be equal when we had our own, and we should have stayed to our own, and we should have, did our own. But by us being equal, we had to go through all that we had to go through. So much life had to be taken when we had our own Black Wall Street, our own banks and all this, but we wanted to be with them. We wanted to be equal to them. So we gave up everything that we had of our own. Now we no longer own a lot. We no longer have those things. We have integrated those things into their system, and they have overcome those by Fortune 500 companies. Now we no longer have them. Charleston White told the truth. That is truth. Martin Luther King, for all the good that he's done, it was some bad behind his decisions as well. Malcolm X was taken out the way he was taken out because he did not see that he's seen us of having our own, forgetting them. If they try to intervene and try to take from us, we go against them. They no longer take from us. That was the situation. But I will do. Would I rather have? I don't want division. Division is not something that I want. That's not something that nobody need. I like I said, I think when racism is eradicated, and I think it's well on its way because so many mixed kids have been in the scene. So many mixed kids are being developed. Eventually, one day, it's gonna weed itself out. The forefathers of the racism are gonna be dead and gone, and then their kids and the next generation, sooner or later, it's gonna weed itself out, and that is what they are scared of. That is why it's such a big deal for them to put in all these laws to, what I'm saying, suppress the black voters and the black people and all this and that, regardless of which way you vote. It's put in place to suppress you. Did you see the black voters that was voting for Trump, and then how they treated them? They had like a Zoom call with all these supporters, and when the black Trump supporters came in, they kicked them out the group. But we're so open to want to be like everybody else. Let's just get that understood. So Raul, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking on I ain't gonna do too much tonight. I'm just speaking on a little bit. I've been on for a little while. I did three different segments, just real quick segments. But I was just speaking on no, since this is talking that ish, we talked the real ish. And I was speaking on the fact that, let's just be honest. The reason why these two are seen the way they are seen, Angel Reese is seen as a villain. Caitlin Clark is seen as a superhero. And the reason why they're seen like that is because white America and black America are pit against each other. And the racism will not leave. They have pushed the racism on these young ladies, and it is crazy. And they shouldn't have to put up with it. Period. But at the same time, if you pay attention, the privilege effect definitely takes place. Caitlin Clark is not as innocent as she's making herself out to be. She's definitely took on that role. She knows it. We all know it. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Uh I just want y'all to just take time out for yourself and just pay attention. And go look at some of the reviews and go look at some of the comments that they say about these young ladies. And I want you to tell me how much vulgar and how much meaner the conversations or the messages or the stats that are made about what's good that are made about Angel Reese versus what's made about Caitlin Clark. It's obvious that white people hate black people so much. Not all white people. Let's get that. We're gonna say that, but we don't need to keep on saying not all. We know what we talking about when we talking. We know how it's going. We know who's gonna be what. We know exactly how we talking. So I don't feel like I should have to keep saying not all because if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. But I'm saying I mean, just look at the comments. Just go look at something with these two compared and look at the comments. Like you will hear them call that girl everything. And I really don't want to say everything that they call that young lady because that would probably get restricted on my channels. So I'm not even gonna say it. But only thing I can say that most of what's being called upon Caitlin Clark is she doesn't play defense, privileged and diva, something like that. But compare it to Angel Reese. Instead of them just saying, "Hey, she's not a great," offensive player. She's just not my favorite player. Or both these girls are good for the WNBA. They're gonna say Angel Reese is a thug. She's look at her hair. Her hair is nappy. She's such. When truth be told, Angel Reese brings attention to both these ladies because Caitlin Clark is boring off the court. On the court, she is exciting. Off the court, she is boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you know her for off the court? You see nothing. Angel Reese has always had the bigger following. She's always been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? She's always been entertaining. She's always brought some kind of value. So for people to say she's not just as important to the WNBA as Clark is that's crazy. It's actually I actually think she's more important to the WNBA than Clark because of the celebrities she bring around. A lot of celebrities go now, and it's not simply because of Clark. It's because of what Angel Reese also brings. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're gonna say, "Hey, a hero and a villain," fine, but don't vilify the people. Don't vilify Angel Reese because she's black. We know what that is. We know what that is. That's the Larry Bird and the Magic Johnson effect. We know why they rivalry was what it was. It was because it was white and it was black. It's the same effect. It's been going on throughout generations and generations, years. I say this to myself: as great as a lyricist as Eminem has been, his music to me is not relatable. It's not relatable to most. It is well, I'm not gonna say to most, but I don't feel like harming my mother, my kid's mother, nothing like that. It's not a up tempo. It's not of a tempo that we can dance to. It's not relatable. We know who made him bigger than it is, and it's okay. He was the great white hope for them. That's fine. Same situation with Caitlin Clark. She has a talent. She's good. She's hooping. She's doing her thing. They should push her. If we can push our people, they can push her. But the thing is, we are more open to other cultures than anybody. Black people are more open to other cultures than anybody. Yet we get more hate than any other culture. That's sad. But then when we fight back and we are tired of something, then we are the problem. That is not fair. That's not fair. I'm just saying, to some point, the WNBA itself, you have to there is people that can step in and fix this situation and get rid of this narrative. The fans are gonna take it to another level of racism that we don't want to see. We don't care to see anymore. You know what I'm saying? Man, appreciate you, Raul, man. You always invited to my cookout, you know what I'm saying? Always. That's a fact. What's understood don't have to be explained. You know what it is. Is that I'm just speaking on why I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like these are to me, these are kids. They're young ladies, but they are kids. The fact that we put the brunt of racism on their shoulders and then pick at them. That I mean, just they don't care about us. You know what I mean? At one point in time, it's gonna come to I don't care what color you is gonna come to the fact that it's gonna be the have and the have nots. It's gonna come to that fact. You think the Purge movie was for nothing? You know what I'm saying? It brings ratings, Brody. That's why the narrative is the way it is. Exactly right. That's exactly right. But see, and to that, it brings crazy ratings. The thing about it is that some of the fans are so crazy that it leaks off the court. The narrative that they push and put on these ladies is great for ratings, but it's also dangerous because we all know that some people cannot leave. They cannot leave it on the court. They cannot leave it in the stadium. They take it out when they see these people. They treat them like shit, or they try to, touch them or do some harm to them just to prove a point. And that is very unfair. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. It's a dangerous game when you play that type of game. They don't want to, tell the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very dangerous game, and you have to feel bad for the ladies because at one point, if the way the election going, the way the racism is rising and rising and rising behind this election, this could be dangerous. And it's not just for them. I'm just using them right now because this is who we talking about. But this is for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You, myself, Raul. You know what I'm saying? It could be. It could get dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I think that everybody that have their pum pums, you know, be locked and loaded if something don't go this way. Stay out of harm's way. Keep yourself careful. Stay out of these small racist towns. Get out of them. Let them have them. You know what I'm saying? Get what you got at your way of your cost, your protection, your family, and let them have what they have. Because the people that don't get their way and they don't see it that way, they become dangerous. So I tell people protect themselves at all times. A lot of real subjects, I won't get a lot of views at the moment because real subjects people avoid. You understand what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's fine. I want people to avoid them because you know real life hurts. Real life situation hurts. Real life talk hurts. That's why we talking it is because we tell it like it is over here. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything. Oh, that was loud. Yeah, we're not gonna sugarcoat anything. We're gonna tell the truth. Um, that's why we're talking to this. No, and don't forget, y'all, go to Facebook, YouTube. You can find us on YouTube on Talking That HDAT. But I want to give a shout out to businesses, all small businesses out there. I was trying to do a thing where they come in and tag themselves. I did it once uh, before I got restricted, and it done good. You know, people's come in plugging their business, and it was a beautiful thing. I gave shots out. I want to do that again, and I never charge nobody for nothing. I'm not charging nobody to plug them in on my business. I actually want to do a commercialized on my page. So if people got businesses, I want to plug you in on the commercialized side of my page. Of course, you get the advertising, the publicity. I get my ducats, but you know what I mean. It goes in full circle. It comes back around. No problem. I don't know, but that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just come to the point where you you can't tell me what it ain't, what it is, and what it ain't. It is true. So what's up? What's up, Cuz? Mostly in the thing. Cause I was just talking about the real or what it really is. People don't want to really tell the truth about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and why they are who they are and why the situation is who it is. We know who they stand for. We know why they stand for. You know what I'm saying? If y'all hear some noise, man, I got so many texts coming in. I got two or three platforms I go at the same time. And see, I want to get into another conversation. I'm gonna get into another conversation later because I want to talk on some people for real. I'm not gonna stay on this one so long. Tonight tonight is a whole bunch of piecing together a couple of a couple of talks and things like that. So bear with me, you know what I mean? So if I'm not on the subject on a certain thing or you miss out, I'm definitely gonna be back in on another subject. So I have one more segment tonight. Each segment supposed to took 20 minutes, but this took 28. But I have another segment to come in to tonight. So I'm gonna end this segment. My next segment is what I touched bases on with the church people the other day because I have some people to address because they've been behind these behind these messages and these stats and they talk texting and they get a little bit outside their neck, you know what I'm saying, with certain situations of how people perceive things. And a lot of these people are fake as hell. So I just want to, give it a little time and I'm coming right back with this segment. Be right back. Tune in. It won't be on this one. We're gonna